Hello, welcome to another edition of Encounter Shawnee Mission. This program showcases all the fun activities and events that the West Area students had during the school year.
We will be your hosts. I'm Creighton.
And I'm Sammy.
Let's go ahead and get started with our first story at Overland Park Elementary.
Have you ever built a teepee before?
No, I haven't.
Well, some first graders at Overland Park Elementary have.
Really? Let's take a look.
At Overland Park Elementary, students got to build a teepee and learn about American Indian culture.
Well, the teepee experience is made to make sure that the kids learn about heritage and history, about the Native Americans and some of the places and the things they used to do and how they used to live back in the day. So we built a teepee for them. They get to go inside and learn about what life was like for Native Americans living in a teepee. The program was started at Ernie Miller Nature Center. It's a group of officers for the Johnson County Park Police Department. We go out and we do outreach programs teaching heritage and history. And it started maybe like 30, 40 years ago and is going to pass along to each officer that's learned how to do it.
I thought it was wonderful. I thought Officer Lopez did an amazing job getting down on a first grader's level.
So the police officer pretended that I got a haircut.
Oh no, it's not going to help you. Start chopping off pieces of his hair. Supposed to be in my teepee by the time the sun comes down. I am very, very upset with you.
How's the tribe princess got to make the teepee?
The best moccasins, and she makes the best buffalo stew in all the tribe. Can you hand her the bracelet? Take it, Milo.
It was very fun to watch the kids climb up with the pole, putting the teepee up. I thought that they weren't going to necessarily be able to, and then when they were, I was really impressed. Watching our students use teamwork and their excitement for different cultures has been really inspiring. Good to see them in a different way. Exploring and working together has been really, really entertaining.
I hope they learned about Native Americans, about the history of Native Americans, about how much work it took for them to build their homes and their teepees and to live basically outside in nature.
My favorite part was building the teepee.
My favorite part was building the frame.
My favorite part was going into the teepee.
We also asked students if they would ever live in a teepee.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would live in a teepee.
I would never want to live in the teepee!
With photographer Allison Vu, this has been Claire Deerdorf reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
1, 2, 3.
That was so cool. Do you think you could live in a teepee?
I don't think I'm cut out for that.
Same. Did you know that you can garden inside?
You can?
A teacher at Lenexa Hills Elementary introduced indoor vertical gardening.
Really? What's that?
Let's find out.
At Lenexa Hills, Miss Baker, a 5th grade teacher, taught her students how to garden inside.
We got the vertical gardens because I teach 5th grade science, and one of the standards is about photosynthesis and growing plants, and I had seen on Twitter that some other schools had used tower gardens, and I looked into it, and I liked how it aligned with what we were learning about plants and thought it was a cool opportunity, so I got a grant for our school from the Shawnee Mission Foundation to get those tower gardens. It's an aeroponic system, so it has water that is pumped up and sprinkles water down through to water the roots of the lettuce or whatever you're growing.
Not only did the students learn how a vertical garden works, but they also got to plant their own seeds. Some students told us what they were most excited to grow.
I am excited to see with the garden how it grows and how fast it grows.
The plant I'm most excited to grow is probably One of the lettuce things. They're all lettuce, but maybe like the rainbow lettuce. I'm most excited to see the vegetables grow.
They plant their seeds in something called rock wool, and I can't remember everything that consists of. It has like minerals and other stuff in it, but that's what they plant the seeds in and the roots grow in. It just shows them that not all plants have to grow in soil.
I've learned about gardening that you can garden inside more faster than you can outside, and that there's not as much like things that will eat it, like bunnies and bugs. I've learned that you can grow stuff inside with the tower garden.
I'm excited that the kids will learn how to grow fruits and vegetables. We'll get to try some healthy foods, maybe some foods they've never tried before, and are going to learn. What we're learning is that the main things plants need to survive is air, water, and light. And so they're going to see that in this system they don't grow in soil, and that there's other ways to grow plants and grow food.
With photographer Kate DeMint, this has been Claire Deerdorf reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
What a cool and new way to teach students.
I don't know about you, but that kale is calling my name.
For sure.
Hey, are those new shoes?
Yeah, I was so excited when they got here. Just like how the students at Pawnee have been waiting for their new building.
Here at Pawnee Elementary, the staff and students are excitedly awaiting the completion of their second school building.
So this is my second year here at Pawnee as the principal. So we started building that second building, our new building, just last year. So it's going to be used to house our K through 6th grade. We've got some room for growth as well. Right now we have about 3 sections for every grade level, so I see it housing even more with time. We've got it's just going to be a more innovative, collaborative building, so we're just state-of-the-art facilities. Everything's going to be new. Also, we'll have some larger classrooms with a lot of natural light. There will also be an outdoor space, so teachers will have that space also to utilize for some instruction and activities. And they say there's supposed to be a walking path, so it's going to all new playground equipment. So it's going to be pretty exciting, I think, for the kids and the whole community.
So Dana and I have taught here longer than any other teachers. 20th year,
24th year.
We both are we're teaching partners, fourth grade.
It's going to add everything from just a cleaner, nicer, more functionable building to learning areas that we don't currently have.
I'm excited about the learning areas as well. We can actually get multiple classes together. I think there's even an outside learning space.
I also think the community can utilize the building a little bit more because there are designated areas for things the community can take part in. But I think most of all, just the kids are super excited to see it, and we're lucky to see the progress in action.
I have been at Pawnee for, I'm going into my 5th year, and I am the library and media specialist here at Pawnee. I'm excited to have a new space for our Pawnee students. We have been here for quite a while, so we're excited to have space where we can collaborate, where students can work in small groups, but yet still have teachers able to help them out and monitor and see how things go. Currently, our building is one big U, and so it's kind of nice. I'm looking forward to having our teachers across the hall from each other, being able to collaborate more with our teachers. I know our students are super excited to have lots of open space, lots of room to spread out and be able to learn.
With photographer Zach Frenelli, this is Bianca Gould reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
You could say the excitement is building.
That was awful.
Have you ever wanted to enjoy a nice cup of warm coffee on a fresh, windy, and sunny day?
All the time.
Well, at Apache Innovative School, parents and staff enjoyed a nice cup of coffee.
So keep watching and there'll be the coffee to your bagel.
At Apache Elementary School, parents and staff have gathered here over a cup of coffee to discuss the 2022 to 2023 school year with one another. We asked a couple of people what the purpose of the meeting was and what they discussed.
We really are both new to Apache and really wanting to get to know our families, both principal and assistant principal. And so we wanted to just have a low-key morning where everyone could just come and talk freely. We discussed who their students were, how they're doing in school, what they love about school, what they'd like to see changed. We just really wanted to develop some friendships, some relationships with our parents. We know that, getting our students educated to the highest level takes a team, and we want those parents to be on our team. I think we're becoming really close. We have an amazing faculty and staff. We're almost all new, but we are all ready to go. We all have the same vision and mission for our school, and that makes us a really tight team, and we're working to make sure our parents have that same mission and vision as well.
I think it's just an opportunity for the parents and the administration to get together and ask any questions or raise any concerns from the first month of school. We talked about some transition periods that we've been having with like the sixth graders and some of the older kids, and just concerns that we've had, with transitioning back from the pandemic into like a full school year. It was to be able to connect one-on-one and be able to talk face-to-face and not like over email or phone calls, and just have a chance to even meet other parents and talk to the principal and the vice principal about whatever concerns that we have. I think it opens up a dialogue and it helps with the communication, so that parents and the administration feel comfortable talking with each other and get to know each other a little bit better.
With photographer Kelly Santamaria Sosa, this has been Kat Carlton reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
That looks like a really fun way to get to know each other.
Not to mention the amazing looking coffee.
Remember how fun art was in elementary school?
Yeah! At East Antioch, the new art teacher is finding creative ways to inspire students. Let's check it out.
This year at East Antioch Elementary School, Nan Buttrey begins her career as an art teacher after 27 years of general education teaching at Sunflower Elementary.
This has been a dream job so far. Yes, I feel like there's an adjustment period, but everyone is so supportive. Great kids, great families, great staff, great principal, supportive everywhere I go. Everywhere I go in the building, they're supportive, staff members, encouraging.
For fifth graders, Miss Buttrey has helped them adapt to a newer, different art program. We asked what projects the older students did this year that they didn't do last year.
The art projects are different. Last year we worked a lot on like trees. This year we're working so far on like just kind of details in the art project.
I'm drawing a big, humongous dot.
Adjusting to a new teacher can be difficult for many children, but the students found Miss Buttrey to create a positive classroom environment.
I think that she's just really nice, and she's like pretty calm.
She's really nice and caring, and if we're having a hard time, she helps us. That's my favorite thing about it. If we can't figure something out, she helps us with it.
Miss Buttrey and the students look forward to a bright future at East Antioch Elementary School. With photographer Olivia Cairns, this has been Lily Hefner for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Wow, being a new teacher must be hard.
Yeah, but Miss Botry seems to be handling it very well.
Have you ever been sent to the principal's office?
No, but I wouldn't mind being sent here at Westridge with their awesome team of new administrators.
This year, Westridge welcomes 3 new amazing administrators to their building.
I have been in middle school for 38 years. I was a teacher for 5, I was an assistant principal for 5, and the rest of the time I was a principal. I really enjoyed Westridge. From the opening days when I got to meet the staff, even the interview process, interacting with the staff, there was a real sense of family as you talk to staff, and you can tell it's a group of teachers that really care about the students. Frankly, I want to learn more about Westridge. So what I'm looking forward to the most is learning some of our traditions here, some of the things that happen throughout the year. I know, for example, there's a family engagement night every quarter, and I saw some things online last year about the STEAM night. So I'm looking forward to some of those traditional events and just experiencing them as well.
I love Westridge. I feel so lucky to have been here or to have gotten to come here. The kids are fantastic. The community is awesome. And I think we probably have the best middle school staff in the district. We have our first home volleyball game today with our pep club, so that's going to be super fun. I'm just excited for all the activities. As the athletic director, I'm in charge of all of the building athletics, volleyball, cross country, boys basketball, girls basketball, wrestling, making sure that the kids are eligible grade wise and they have all the equipment and uniforms that they need. And then just monitoring the games to make sure everything's going like it should.
I am the 7th grade associate principal, so my care list is the 7th graders. There's about 350-ish 7th graders, so it's been just a pleasure getting to know them because they're new coming into Westridge. I love Westridge. For many years I've driven past this school and didn't know much about it, but great staff. A lot of teachers are supportive here. I love it. It was a great change for me. Just helping not only our students be successful, but our teachers. Like, I have to make sure their needs are met so they can take care of our students. So make sure that I'm also looking out for them and making sure their needs are met as they take care of our students.
With photographer Bianca Gould, this is Zachary Fernelli reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Wow, those administrators seem really cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
Have you ever grown food in your own backyard?
No. Why?
Well, the people at the Center of Academic Achievement have. Let's take a look.
At the Center of Academic Achievement, they provide an urban farm for their culinary students.
So the Broadmoor Urban Farm started several years ago at the previous facility at the Broadmoor Junior High building. And we had about a 1/4 acre of space over there in a very small greenhouse. That has transformed as we moved into the CAA into a almost 2-acre farm with a very large greenhouse that is used for production for produce and fruit for the culinary program here at the CAA.
Here are some more reasons why the urban garden is important for their students.
The benefits of the farm shows the sustainable side of food. And so for all the students that come into our program, whether it's commercial baking or the culinary arts program, they have that experience to see seed to plate education. And what I mean by seed to plate is they actually get to grow a variety of food. That would be lettuce, berries. We have a small orchard out there, so they understand how fruit is grown and harvested and how living trees play a part in that. So we have demonstrated everything from as simple as a carrot to something that's a little more complex, like an Asian pear. The students come in and spend on the average of like a couple hours a week at the beginning of the school year and at the end of the school year. So the beginning of the school year is harvesting, and then they take those items, and then usually that's a 2nd level student, and they learn a little bit about food science, like food preservation or fermented foods or dehydration. There's just a variety of things that we demonstrate so that students understand how to extend the life of a particular product, and then we incorporate those products in the Broadmoor Bistro menu.
With photographer Shayla Dobson, this is Sully Tavernero reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Goodness, that made me hungry.
Me too.
Do you know what a school spirit stick is?
No. What's that?
Well, at Shawnee Mission West, they give a spirit stick to the grade with the most school spirit.
No way. Go West.
Shawnee Mission West had their first pep assembly in 2 years. Let's take a look.
It was really fun. It was really great because, like, as a junior, this was like my first time. I didn't have it before at all, and I'm really excited to also have a homecoming dance. So it was like exciting to like get hyped up with the pep assembly before having the dance.
One senior told us how his perspective has changed from freshman to senior year.
This year we were just way more involved than any other year before because we haven't been able to do anything. Like freshman year, everybody, their first pep assembly, nobody really dresses up because they get nervous and stuff like that. But then once senior year rolls around, everything's a lot more fun and everybody stops caring. So everybody wants to dress up for the theme. So it's nice to actually have a pep assembly that everybody participated in.
The judges were tasked with judging each class on theme and school spirit.
I thought all of the grades were fantastic. Obviously, the seniors won, but it was close with the sophomores. They did a really great job. I think the freshmen looked a little scared, but it's their first assembly, so we'll let it slide.
With photographer Megan Breathauer, this is Sully Tavernero reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Those seniors were on fire.
You're telling me.
Hey, what was your favorite part of elementary school?
Oh, mine was the library. What was yours?
Mine was PE.
Oh, cool. Let's go see what they're doing at Sunflower Elementary.
Students at Sunflower Elementary are using the library and gym to learn problem solving and communication skills. First, let's take a look at the library, where kids are using makerspace to tackle hands-on projects while being encouraged to read every day.
I think the kids can enjoy the things that we do in the library and learn a lot from them because we try and kind of keep it fresh and we don't repeat the same projects each year. So hopefully they're learning different things and they're exploring different topics each time. And you know, our goal is to really keep them actively engaged and interested in everything that we're doing.
We got the opportunity to ask students what their favorite part about the library was, and this is what they said.
Probably all the activities that Miss Morrison plans. She does like a lot. And I really like picking out all the books because there are like a lot of different varieties to choose from there, and I read a lot, so.
So with all the cool things happening in the library, let's take a trip to the other side of the school and see what kids are learning about in the gym.
Bob Lockwood is the PE teacher at Sunflower Elementary, and he explained to us how he uses games to teach kids important life skills.
Well, in PE, we don't just teach sports, but sports is one of the things that we teach the sports skills and the strategies. And if you think of any sports team, they have a role on their team. They have a role on their team they have to play. If they don't play that role, then they're not successful in their task. Just like any job you would have in your career, you have a role for that business or for that position or for that group you're working for. So if you don't fulfill that role, then the task does not get accomplished. Well, we create games, create challenges that each of them will have a role, and we'll be able to discuss and problem solve together and learn differences as we do that and gather ideas, whether good or bad, and attempt them and work on trial and error to help them develop that learning.
With photographer Sam Safley, this has been Addie Mielman reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Wow, that is cool.
Man, I miss specials.
I wonder how these schools get the funding to do all of these fun things.
Well, Christa McAuliffe recently kicked off their annual Sportathon fundraiser. Let's take a look. The annual Sportathon has begun at Christa McAuliffe Elementary School.
Sportathon is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We have the kids go out and collect donations from family, friends, and neighbors, and the money they collect helps go to support our PTA, all our assemblies, and our field trips and things like that. And they're collecting money to participate in an event that we have for the students, and they do a day of fun activities, including like a track, a relay, and things like that the day of. We were just trying to think of a new idea for fundraising, and that wasn't just about selling things. You know, we wanted to get the kids involved and have them be active and things that they could really be excited about doing themselves.
We've had the Sportathon for about 6 years, I think, 6 or 7 years. So it's a one-day single event that we try to raise about $20,000 in that helps PTA with busing for field trips and teacher needs and things like that. The lead up to Sportathon with the kids is exciting. I mean, if you watch the assembly, the kids are super excited about it. They know what it is, they know it's coming. It's an opportunity for them to go out and be active and compete a little bit with their friends and just be outside and have a fun day of activity. So.
The Sportathon also gives students the opportunity to design stickers and t-shirts for the event.
I won the sticker contest in Sportathon. It's in like an art kind of project for PTA. So you just gotta like draw something and you give it to the art teacher, and the art teacher just shows it to the PTA, and the PTA chooses the winner. I do like a person running on the moon.
Oh, I won the sticker contest for Sportathon.
Our t-shirt design winner for Sportathon 2022 design is Matthew Miller.
I won the t-shirt and I drew like an astronaut with CME in it.
The students are looking forward to the event for many different reasons.
I'm excited about making Mr. Orr into a Sunday.
I'm excited for the obstacle course and track.
And the assembly was a great way to kick off this fundraiser.
My favorite part was like the cheerleaders dancing.
My favorite part was the band.
With photographer Aspen Galloway, this has been Creighton Smith-Allaire reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Wow, those astronauts are really blasting off.
Yeah, the PTA this year is going to be out of this world.
Hey, what's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is International Dot Day.
What's that?
Well, I think our friends at Comanche Elementary can show us.
The second graders here at Comanche Elementary School recently celebrated Dot Day.
It is an international day, and really the whole week, where everybody just celebrates creativity and lets themselves be inspired by other people's work and questions and ideas. And it all got started with a book by Peter H. Reynolds called The Dot. And it's all about a girl who just is really down on herself and says, I can't draw. And it's that one person, her art teacher, who says, you know, everyone can draw. Like, just make a mark and sign it and then see where it takes you. And so it was her journey of exploring just with dots how she could be creative, and then she inspires another person, and then he keeps the trilogy with the stories going. And so I think that's really cool. I think I love the fact that some of the students really get into it and they start to open their minds up to possibilities. And so today we just had the challenge of do something with a dot, but others turn theirs into cards and books. And in the last class, we had a student that said, you know, I don't really want to draw, but I want to turn my dot into a paper airplane. So it's just kind of thinking outside the box, outside the dot.
My favorite part was when we got to create whatever we wanted to create with the dots. I created a book full of art. My favorite part of Dot Day was the coloring part. So I got a blank paper and I used a little paint dots and put some dots around the paper. I'm gonna give my art to my uncle. He loves art a lot. My favorite part was when that we read that book called The Dot, which is amazing. My dot was a separate 3 that had one with Sonic, one with Tails, one with Knuckles, one with Eggman. I love to draw. I've been drawing since in kindergarten, I believe, which I was 4 years old.
With photographer Samantha Wallenberg, this has been Aspen Galloway reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
I loved how creative those students were.
I know, right? Who knew a dot could be so many things?
Thank you for joining us on another edition of Encounter Shawnee Mission.
I'm Creighton.
And I'm Sammy.
Have a great day.